think he can win.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he can win.
So
but
I
he's
asked,
going to have to. He's going to have to box a brilliant fight.
Mayweather's definitely better. He was better when they fought because he was more technically sound and knew how to do things. Whereas
and Floyd Mayweather understands that. Guess what? Styles make fights. He understands styles make fights, and he understands the greatness of Terence Crawford.
Joe Rogan recently predicted the outcome of a potential matchup between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford. He described Mayweather as one of the greatest boxers in history, reminding everyone of how unstoppable he was in his prime. Rogan stressed that fans often forget the level of opposition Floyd conquered throughout his career. When comparing him to Crawford, Rogan admitted the fight would be difficult to call, but emphasized that Mayweather's defensive skills and unmatched ring IQ made him nearly unbeatable, even against someone as gifted as Crawford.
Floyd was in his prime. That would have been fucking incredible to see which style superior.
Yeah.
Because Floyd would move towards you like this. He would just get right up on you. It would just show you how good Floyd really is.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that he's won decisions by, playing it safe, people that just don't get excited about him and they recognize him with the all-time greats. He's the...
Boxing analysts acknowledged Floyd Mayweather's legendary Hall of Fame status, noting that his career achievements remain unparalleled. At the same time, they praised Terence Crawford, calling him today's pound-for-pound #1 fighter. Both Mayweather and Crawford defeated Canelo Alvarez in their respective eras, and experts pointed out that it's hard to compare since each dominated in different ways. Deciding a winner between Mayweather and Crawford feels nearly impossible, as both symbolize the very peak of boxing excellence.
Crawford won, in my opinion, 10 rounds to 2. If you want to be, generous, 9 rounds to 3. But he clearly won the fight against Canelo Alvarez. Clearly. And Floyd Mayweather understands that, guess what? Styles make fights. He understands styles make fights. And he understands the greatness of Terence Crawford. And he stated on numerous occasions that, guess what? Terence Crawford is pound for pound the best fighter in the world. And he believed it. He put his money where his mouth is. And it held to be true, period. So, again, and I hate to do this and I hate to keep saying this, right? But people try their best to try to pit Terence Crawford against Floyd Mayweather, right? Who's better? Who beat Canelo Alvarez better? Who did it better? So on and so forth, right? The fact remains is this. They both outclassed him. They both won in dominant fashion. And styles make fights, right? And the style that Terence Crawford presents, the style Floyd Mayweather presents, now they do it different, is too much for Canelo Alvarez, period. Point blank and period.
Promoter Bob Arum gave his opinion on the dream fight between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford. He argued that Crawford would win, even if the bout happened during Mayweather's prime years. Arum explained that Crawford's rare combination of adaptability, speed, and ring intelligence makes him a special fighter in today's era. He added that Crawford's ability to adjust to any style would give him the advantage, even over a defensive genius like Mayweather.
What's up, fight fans? Prime for prime. Who wins a fight, Floyd Mayweather Jr. or Bud Crawford? Bob Arum says Bud. Do you agree?
For prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really? Why? Just
because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen. And the ability that he has to switch, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. I just think Crawford is a very, very unique talent.
Trainer Greg Hackett broke down why Canelo Alvarez himself admitted that Crawford's win over him carried more weight than Mayweather's. Hackett said that when Floyd fought Canelo, the Mexican star was still inexperienced and developing at the top level. In contrast, when Crawford beat him, Canelo was already a seasoned, fully established champion. That's why Canelo considered Crawford's victory more meaningful, since it came against a stronger, matured version of himself.
Is way better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. What's your thoughts on this statement, and do you agree with the sentiment?
Him saying that, I can't say he's capping. I can't, because I don't know what he felt. But when I heard that, what I think is, when Floyd beat me, I was 23, I wasn't polished. When Bud beat me, I was I was the man. And he beat me fair and square. He beat me at my game and he beat me at his game. That's why Canelo said that. Do I believe that? It's tough to believe. We not gonna ever see Bud versus Floyd. And it's crazy. It's crazy because I would love to see that fight, but I know we're not gonna see it. But I can only take Canelo's word because he's the man that's been in the ring with both of them. But I understand why he said it. I was a kid when I fought Floyd. He wasn't a kid literally, but he was young. There was a lot he didn't know. There was a lot he didn't understand about boxing that he later on learned and got better. But Bud beat the better version of me, even though it's the ran down version. I'm saying that because it is some wear and tear there with Canelo. I've been saying it the whole time. When a guy got almost 70 fights in current time, with all those big camps he's been doing and all that, trust me, it's some wear and tear there. I'm not making excuses for Canelo. I'm just saying. I do give Bud his credit though for beating Canelo, and Canelo understands I am a better fighter today than I was back then. But that's hard to say because Floyd, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Bud took maybe 20% of what Floyd did and added that to his repertoire for this fight.
Commentators Simon Jordan, Adam Smith, and Duke McKenzie revisited the build-up to Floyd Mayweather's fight with Canelo Alvarez. At that time, Canelo was unbeaten, larger in size and weight, and many believed Floyd had taken on too big a challenge at age 36. Analysts predicted Canelo's youth and strength might finally hand Mayweather his first loss. However, the fight played out the opposite way. Mayweather neutralized Canelo's offense with ease, delivering a boxing masterclass that silenced every doubt.
Crawford, they were all the question marks. Could he do that? Could he cope with the power of Canelo Alvarez, who's adapted now and had to adjust in his career? He now throws single shots. And that's why it was the calculated gamble. Well, it wasn't really a gamble because me and Simon called it from the beginning.
Right.
That we go, Mayweather ticks every department. You go, the only thing that people are hedging their bets on is that Canelo's the bigger guy, but he wasn't really anyway.
Nah.
You can see because Crawford come down from 185 anyway. You can see the physicality's in there. He was all the size of Canelo.
As Edward said long before this fight, I just think styles make fights, and Canelo's style, this style of Canelo, was suited for Crawford.
Indeed.
He can't throw combinations anymore. There's no more head movement from Canelo.
Yeah.
He tries to walk people down and hit you all over the body and all over the head if he can, but he can't put his combination. He can't sustain the combinations. And what really impressed me about Crawford was the fact that it was a question of like he didn't want to trade off early with Canelo. He traded late with Canelo because he couldn't take his power early. So in the early rounds, it was just pity-patting and just tapping him, kept spinning him, kept turning him and driving him mad. And then in the later rounds, as Canelo started to fade, from round 7, round 8, as the pace got a little bit slower, then Crawford's confidence, he was confident enough within himself to stand and trade with him. And even when he got on inside, he was hitting him with like 3s and 4s, hard shots, constant shots, and just kept spinning him, kept turning him, and Canelo didn't really know where he was. And another great thing about Crawford, stayed southpaw throughout the whole fight, and Canelo admitted after that he couldn't handle a southpaw.
Couldn't work it out
whatsoever.
Adam, we had Paulie Malignaggi on the show the other day with myself and Jim, and I want you to have a listen to what he had to say and see what you think of it.
I think Canelo has been, for a while, a diminishing fighter.
Former world champion Shane Mosley, who shared the ring with both Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Alvarez, offered a rare perspective. Based on his first-hand experience, Mosley explained that Mayweather's style separated him from Canelo in every possible way. Floyd's timing, ability to read opponents, and mastery of ring control were unmatched. Even against physically stronger opponents, Mayweather had the intelligence and adaptability to defuse threats with precision. Mosley acknowledged Canelo's power and skill, but insisted he couldn't match Floyd's ability to dictate fights. Having fought both men, Mosley's opinion carried weight, and he firmly believed Mayweather operated at a higher level, proving himself as the more complete fighter.
Man, he's the man.
Absolutely. You fought both Canelo and Mayweather. I was surprised to hear Canelo say that straight after the fight. I mean, credit to him, he's been really humble in defeat. You fought them both. Who did you think was better, Canelo or Mayweather? I know that's Canelo was saying it was Crawford better than Mayweather, but who did you think was better out of Canelo and Mayweather?
Mayweather's definitely better. He was better when they fought him because he was more technically sound and knew how to do things. Whereas Canelo had more power and plays the shots probably better No, he didn't place his shots better. He was just younger and placed his shots really good. Like Canelo was really good at 21 years old. Like I was impressed. I was very impressed with Canelo at 21. But Mayweather was still technically more sound. Go ahead.
Did you believe or do you agree with the fact that Canelo is saying Crawford is better than Mayweather from an outsider's perspective, having not fought Crawford? Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can knock him as well.
Another perspective highlighted the generational shift in boxing greatness. While Mayweather is respected as one of the greatest of all time, the argument is that Crawford would come out on top if the two were to fight today. The reasoning lies in timing, with Mayweather having already dominated his era and Crawford now leading this one. Every great fighter has his time, and in the present era, Crawford is the one carrying the mantle as the most dominant force.
You know, he's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, it's, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Absolutely, and I noticed when I asked you, there was a slight pause. It's a real conversation now to be had. Crawford, pardon me, up there with the likes of Mayweather. He's really etched himself into the Mount Rushmore GOAT conversations.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's definitely one of the GOATs.
Another viewpoint focused on the generational shift in boxing greatness. While Mayweather is respected as one of the all-time greats, the argument is that Crawford would come out on top if they fought today. The reason lies in timing. Mayweather already dominated his generation, and now Crawford is ruling this one. Every legend has his era, and in today's time, Crawford is the fighter carrying the mantle as the most dominant force.
The idea of pulling up at a yacht is it's the opposite of what everybody tells you about fighting. The only person who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, constantly flashing money, $1 million watches, you know, a fleet of super expensive cars, and still fucks everybody up.
He does.
The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline.
But through that balling night, I don't think he was doing drugs or drinking.
Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's partying, he's drinking water. And then he would have his driver drive, and with his fucking jeans on, he would jog home. I mean, the dude was always training.
Joe Rogan also praised Floyd Mayweather not just for his boxing ability, but for his discipline outside the ring. He pointed out how Floyd managed to stay sharp despite wealth, fame, and a lifestyle full of distractions. Unlike many athletes who lose focus, Floyd stayed consistent and never let ego derail him. Rogan admitted that if Crawford faced Mayweather at his peak, it would be a true test of Crawford's greatness, proving just how high Mayweather set the bar.
I thought Terence fought a virtuoso fight. Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason, but Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
Trainer Abel Sanchez shared his thoughts on Crawford's standing in boxing today. He noted that Crawford's superstar status comes not only from his victories, but also from the caliber of opponents he has defeated and the dominant way he has done it. Sanchez emphasized that Crawford's global recognition is well earned, cementing him as one of the finest boxers of the modern era.
How are you feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all?
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been this trainer before, so
yeah, it's good.
It's a no-brainer.
Of course. Congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Do what he at this point now in his career where he could do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo's not my responsibility.
Okay.
Brian Bomack McIntyre, Crawford's longtime trainer, boldly stated after Crawford's latest win that there should be no debate about who rules boxing right now. He declared Crawford the greatest fighter of this generation, pointing to his technical brilliance, dominance in multiple weight classes, and ability to overcome every challenge. For Bomac, Crawford has already proven enough to be recognized as the face of this era.
I stood on it, and I'm not going to change what I said in the past or anything. I didn't think he could pull it off. He did. And not only did he pull it off, he did it. He's phenomenal. Like, he did it. He did everything right. Like, it's like he fought a perfect fight. He banged with him when he needed to. He boxed him when he needed to. He established the jab. He kept the southpaw. He kept him frustrated. I got nothing, bro. I tell you what, I would never go against that man again. I ain't doing that shit. That shit was crazy. But I do want to give a credit to those that deserve it. Like, Terence deserved full credit for his abilities, for his IQ, Bomac for his coaching. And, you know, Bomac told him to stay southpaw. He wanted to come out orthodox. Bomac told him to stay southpaw because of what Canelo was weak at.
Rob Esta reacted to Crawford's recent performance by admitting he would never doubt him again. Esta explained that no matter the opposition, Crawford consistently proves his critics wrong. Each time fans expect him to struggle, he delivers another match. Esta's words echoed the wider boxing community, where Crawford has earned deep respect as a reliable and unstoppable force.
Yo, yeah, so if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, shit, okay, I'm just asking. Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
Crawford himself addressed the fantasy fight against Mayweather. He confidently stated that even if they met while Floyd was in his prime, he would win. This bold claim reflects Crawford's strong self-belief and competitive drive, the very qualities that have fueled his success. While fans debate endlessly about the outcome, Crawford's confidence shows how firmly he sees himself as part of boxing's all-time history.
I wouldn't be mad if I never see Terence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today, somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimov fight, my last fight. This is the perfect send-off, Roy.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Without
It's the perfect send-off.
Former champion Andre Ward, a close friend of Terence Crawford, shared his perspective with the wisdom of experience. Instead of pushing Crawford toward more fights or fantasy matchups, Ward suggested that now may be the best time to step away. In his eyes, Crawford has already done it, outclimbing weight classes, beating elite opponents, and creating performances that will be remembered forever. Ward stressed that retiring while still on top would protect Crawford's legacy in its purest form. Too many fighters, he warned, stay past their prime, chasing money or validation, only to damage their reputations. Ward doesn't want Crawford to suffer the same fate. To him, the greatest way to honor Crawford's career would be to retire undefeated in spirit and unmatched in respect.